Steve Quayle, is there a way to avert this? Walk through your view of what's going to happen with the flu, how they could use that as a cover for their overall economic collapse and to roll out their military forces.
Well, I think, Alex, you've just said it. It's all going down at the same time. Too many people think of linear. When you read the writing on a basketball or baseball, it goes over the entire surface of the ball. So, in essence, to get the picture or to hear, who manufactured Spalding or whoever, Wilson, the basketball and all the patents and everything else, you got to look at the whole thing. This is all being orchestrated simultaneously. Number one, let's take it 1, 2, 3. The flu. There are multiple strains of the flu. The one I'm worried about is the Ebola Spanish flu of 1918. I've warned about it. I've interviewed different bioscientists and over the years, different bioweaponeers. That's the one they also are worried about. That's why all the scientists, and I know you had a show on it or mentioned my list of dead scientists, they were dead because they either worked on it or could have said to everybody, hey, wait a minute, this is genetically altered. So the thing is that it's happening. There's a story on the BBC. It's on my front side of my news site today, stevequayle.com, Alex, that we're all being mutated, okay? Mutated. In other words, all of the environmental toxins, all of the food toxins, all the genetically altered binders that are being put in. First of all, the thing that I want to say is this, is that we can stand against this thing, but we cannot stop it. Because, again, and here's where you and I will differ. We are in a period unlike any other period in the history of time. It's not the end of the world, but is that time when the New World Order, and Alex, I think you just said it about 30 minutes ago, you've spoken against it so many times, and you've done a fabulous job, but when it's here, it is here with such a ferocity in your face. But the thing that hurts, I don't know if it hurts you, it breaks my heart that people who should have been fighting it instead of fighting us, now they're in deep doo-doo, okay? Because there's nothing that's going to pull them out. In essence, unless America repents, and this is my final statement on this, on the order of Nineveh, where our days are numbered. Look, let's talk about the other thing the Chinese did in the economy. This is critical, ladies and gentlemen. Hong Kong has demanded London return their gold to Hong Kong for safekeeping. Saudi Arabia has done the same thing. Guess what? With all the funny business in the Bank of England and all of the different bank holding companies and gold holding banks in London, it's going to be hard. They're going to be hard pressed to be able to produce it. So guess what? Once that is found out, the price of the metal should explode. It doesn't surprise me if they try and hit gold $100 from the high. We may see, $1,050, $1,100, then it'll go down a week. But the next time it's going into Martin Armstrong's numbers, and he's talking $5,000 gold. The point is that those who trusted the system, they were like the willing accomplices to a massive gang rape, and they wake up the following morning and know they've been violated by literally, dozens, if not hundreds of men, and they figure out that they probably shouldn't have gotten drunk the night before. But that's what happens with the intoxicating.
But Steve, I want to go back. I want to go back to flu. I've been reading where they say it's a DNA therapy. One of the 5 vaccines, it changes our DNA. That isn't a vaccine. That's some type of weird mutagen.
Right,
and they're admitting...
It's monster making, Alex. Look, they're also putting in, ladies and gentlemen, remember when we were sold the horse manure and your governor went along with it on Gardasil? Do you know how many people are dying of Gardasil? They're also putting in birth control. It is eugenic. It is genetic sterilization. The entire human genome that is responsible for reproduction is being tampered. So when the BBC says, that 70, 80 mutagenic properties have been followed over the last 40 years. Isn't it amazing that since eugenics came into being, even before that now they're saying, hey, we're noticing all of these results of mutations. Listen, the idea is this, Alex. God created man and in his image and likeness. The devil wants to destroy that image and likeness and reproduce, if you will, a civilization, a population of cyborgs and mutants. And that's why the Human Genome Project was funded in its entirety. That's why all the secret government black projects, and I know you don't like to talk about some of this stuff.
No, but as crazy as it sounds, all these top bioethicists, all these top futurists, Ray Kurzweil, they all say that they're going to merge with machines, and then the elite's going to get rid of all the rest of us, and they really do believe this.
Well, yeah, they're like Terminators with retro rockets, okay? The bottom line is that, look, I wrote the book Genetic Armageddon, and people just even, and again, I say this because if the Christians who are the salt of the earth, okay, look, Alex, you have done, and I say this not in a flattering way, but in a way of recognizing what you have done with all your movies is laid it out, videos laid it out, all your appearances, everything you've done, all your radio interviews, all the people you've interviewed, you've laid it out for everybody. But isn't it fascinating that having done all that, that still the anesthetizing of the American public is so strong? And you say, okay, how can that be? Well, it's real simple, because, ladies and gentlemen, they are controlling everything you see, everything you hear, everything you think about, everything you feel about, and they're doing it in a masterful way. Trillions of dollars have been spent on mind control, not just MK Ultra and the stuff you've talked about, Alex, but there are so many dark projects, black budgets. And so, ladies and gentlemen, in the name of Jesus, those of you who are called to be Christians, you must stand up. And Alex, you asked me the bottom line question. You called your video end game, okay? And we are in the end times, and whether people believe in the book of Revelation, and I say to people, how could I have been right all these years? And I'm saying that, and contrary to my critics, so far ahead of time, my worldview was given to me by the living God to warn his people, okay? And a warning is only as effective as people pay attention to it. Your videos have been amazingly effective to those who want to know the truth. But if you're a mind-controlled zombie on mutagenic zombie dust, okay, chemtrails, the bottom line is you're going to believe whatever they tell you. They will create monsters.
And as things get scarier and scarier, well, I was doing some consulting for Jesse Ventura for his new TV show, and I was doing research because they wanted stuff about mind control towers. And I actually have it somewhere in the stack here because I meant to cover it today. And I was back there in the back office sending them these emails, and I had Wired Magazine, Baltimore Sun, all these articles admitting that DARPA's already testing different frequency systems to calm the public. Mainstream news.
For years, doctors